What's up, movie people? I hope you're doing well. We got more CinemaCon content. I know it's a lot, but I'm here for all of it. It's exciting. We're going to be talking about the Universal panel that just ended, but make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, helps out. But first, the audience applaud the success of the Super Mario Bros. Movie at CinemaCon. There is no announcement for Super Mario Bros. 2 just yet, but they might hold off on that until they reach 1 billion, but that's definitely going to get announced. But Super Mario was a huge success. They got their first look at Wicked that was showcased. We don't really have too much of a look here. There's just 2 stills that's been going around, but that's basically all for Wicked. We're probably going to get more down the pipeline because that film doesn't come out until December. So we got to wait a little bit. Oppenheimer, probably, it's one of my most anticipated movies of the year. If you go back on my most anticipated video from January, it's like number 2, I think, or number 3. I cannot wait for what Chris Nolan does with this movie. We have some quotes from him. Chris Nolan says, "I know of no more dramatic tale with higher stakes and extraordinary twists and turns than the story of Oppenheimer." And then he also says, "Like it or not, J. Robert Oppenheimer is the most important person who ever lived. He made the world we live in, for better or for worse. His story has to be seen to be believed." And I do think that that is actually a very true statement, because learning about his story is just so interesting. I have the book and I've read some chapters of how his life went, and then he basically invented the atomic bomb, which changed the world. Chris Nolan's not wrong. Oppenheimer changed the world. Who knows how different this world would be that we're living in if we never had the atomic bomb and it never was made, or we never dropped it. You don't know how different this world would be. It may not be different at all, but it may be hugely different. But we all know that it would be different in one way or another. And he is just such a pivotal person to how this world is shaped. It's just kind of amazing now that he's finally getting recognized in the movie, finally getting to see his true story played out on the big screen. I'm so excited. This brings me to the point that we're getting a new trailer for Oppenheimer in about 2 weeks. I'm hearing that it's going to play exclusively in theaters before Guardians 3 next week, so go see Guardians to see this trailer. It's just like when we had Avatar 2, the first trailer for Oppenheimer dropped with Avatar 2, and then it dropped online a couple days later, but if you want to see it first, go see Guardians for that. And then we do have, they did show a scene where Robert Downey Jr. is in it and stuff like we've seen in the trailers. This is our first logo for Saw X. It's coming October 27th. I haven't seen any of the Saw films, but I hope to see them all this year before this movie. If you like Saw, get excited. Saw X, I've heard good things. I've heard it's great. Illumination came on stage for a little bit. New footage of Migration was showcased, and we have new people added to the cast: Elizabeth Banks, Awkwafina, Keegan-Michael Key, Danny DeVito, and Carol Kane. It's a pretty good cast, I can't lie. Illumination always gets good voice actors. I just think that their animation needs to be kind of leveled up. It's kind of cheap to me, animation-wise, because I love Spider-Verse animation, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I think Illumination just struggles with that. Jason Blum says original stories and returning franchises need each other to coexist. He's not wrong. I think we've been getting a little bit, a little too many sequels, but I gotta say that's because no one supports all the original films. We had a lot of original films last year flop, and they were great. I think people just need to support them more and stop saying we have too many sequels, because just support the original films and that's all you have to do. Sequel for the Blackphone is in the works. I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm excited for it. I really don't know how it's going to work though, now that the main villain Ethan Hawke is basically dead. So maybe they'll go like an Exorcist way and bring him back to life in a way. But I hope all the cast returns. Man, I don't know how they're going to do it, but I hope they don't ruin it. But David Gordon Green's Exorcist reboot is titled The Exorcist Believer. I've not seen the first Exorcist, but I want to. But I'm very excited for that. And it basically revealed 2 girls getting possessed simultaneously. One walks in a white dress covered in blood down the aisle of a church. That sounds a little scary. I'm not ready for that. DreamWorks came to the studio now. New footage for Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken, is being showcased. I heard this movie's releasing this year. I heard a trailer's been released. I didn't watch it. I didn't go out of my way to watch it because it might not be my thing, but I probably end up watching the movie. But maybe I'll just go in blind to the movie. I don't know. But this is the big news. Kung Fu Panda 4 got its director, Mike Mitchell. I'm not very familiar with him. I think he directed one of the Shrek films, though, and one of the, I think, Lego Movie 2. So, Kung Fu Panda 4. It's coming March 8th, 2024. And this is some of the big stuff here. It follows Po as he must leave the Valley of Peace and go into the big city when he finds face-to-face with his biggest threat yet, the Chameleon. And the Chameleon can summon villains from Poe's past. So we might see some of Poe's past villains on this one, which is very exciting. I feel like this one is really going to mess with Poe's brain a lot. It might have it like his mental... He might get mental problems from this movie because there's going to be so many villains coming back, I bet. I cannot wait. They got new footage from the Trolls 3 band together. I haven't seen any of the Trolls movies. I know Anna Kendrick's in it, Justin Timberlake. Maybe I'll watch a Trolls movie one day, but I have not gotten the chance to yet, and I don't know if I will anytime soon. Fast X took the stage. They got everyone on stage, all the cast members. Vin Diesel says Fast and Furious is the longest running motion picture franchise with the same actors. Yeah, that is true, Vin. He says some things. And then Fast and Furious 11, the last movie of the main franchise, releases in 2025. I am just very excited for this movie. I'm excited for them to end it, and I'm excited to see how they're going to end it because it's going to be interesting. They're probably going to go out with a bang. But I wish it was releasing in 2024 because then we would only have to wait a year, but now we got to wait 2 years. But I'm still excited for Fast and Furious 11. All right, we got one more thing from Universal before their panel ended. News about The Fall Guy, which releases next year, starring Ryan Gosling. It said Ryan Gosling plays a retired stunt performer in The Fall Guy who gets called back into the film industry by his ex-girlfriend who's directing her feature debut. The film also stars Emily Blunt, Stephanie Sue, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Winston Duke, and Hannah Waddingham. What a stacked cast. Holy crap. This film is going to be so much fun. I don't know who directs this, but I think this is going to be probably one of the most fun movies of next year. The description kind of gives me like Bullet Train feels, you know? It makes me kind of think of that film. And Ryan Gosling, I just love him. He's one of my favorite actors. He does no wrong, in my opinion. He's just amazing. And this sounds funny, but it also sounds action-packed. So I hope we have a good director on board for this movie. But that's all for Universal's panel. I think they had a wonderful panel. Might be top 3 so far, but we still have 2 more panels. So I'll either be doing two more videos or just combining the 2 panels because it's Paramount and Lionsgate. So if some of the studios don't do a lot, I might combine them, but I probably will do separate videos. So 2 more CinemaCon videos to go. And then I might do another one ranking my excitement for all the studios. But that's it for today. That's it for Universal. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you're hyped for from Universal, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.